What's up guys, this is What If Does Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. I don't know if you guys are up to tier lists and stuff like that, if you check the website for new updates, new patches and all sorts of things related to Arena of Valor. But if you are keen about changes in the game, you might have noticed that Doiser, one player from Taiwan, has uploaded one of his famous tier lists. I think he is basically right now the only player where we kind of Westerners, especially the Europeans, have access to information on Arena of Valor based content, because you can find it on Reddit and it's always updated due to the upcoming season for the guys in Asia. So he has been updating his list and I found that Violet is now S tier, and I thought like, okay, I might just play Liliana because someone has suggested to play Liliana. What about Liliana in one of my comment sections under the videos. And I wanted to play Liliana quite urgently, but unfortunately it's, as always, you want to play a certain role or a certain, even better, a certain character. And of course, the soon your game loads the team composition screen, the role has already been picked. So in this case, I had to change something else. And I just thought to myself, okay, if Violet is the one who's now been changing or now pushed up to S tier, why shouldn't we give her a go? And this is why you are now seeing a Violet video. Spoiler alert, I was doing around 35% of the overall damage of my team. So I would say she is quite viable at the moment, but I think you guys should see for yourself. So I've got some really short build for you, all the items, the Arcana, and the enchantments that I'm using. And of course, afterwards, you've got some gameplay. If you fancy this kind of content and you want to have current updates on new videos, a subscription would be quite pleasant to get this kind of content to my channel. And of course, a like is always highly appreciated. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down, because that just means that I need to tweak my content. Anyways, I hope you guys have fun with the upcoming video, and let's see what Violet is able to do and if she is really S tier for platinum plebs like me. Alright, so we're going to have a really brief item and build check. So this build is basically the stuff that I've been playing for quite a while. But usually on Violet I use Omni Arms, but since they have nerfed Omni Arms really badly, we're not using that for the lifesteal anymore. Therefore, we are still going with the Bow of Slaughter, and I have packed in some Muramasa action here. It's actually quite useful in this game as we're going against a Roxy. So this was kind of like the build that I've been playing. But now she was turning even more into an AD carry, and that sort of reflects in the build that's going to be really AD carry-like. Arcana-wise, I still try out my crit build, therefore I'm going with my crit assassin that's focusing mainly on improving the critical chance. That means the chance to strike critically, therefore inflicting double damage. That comes from 10 times atrocity, 16% critical chance improvement, Guerrilla for the movement speed and the attack speed. That's both really important, especially the attack speed, and we're going with Skewer. One can argue that you can play on Violet something that's going to increase your attack damage overall, as you are going to use most of the times your roll, which is your ability or your spell number 1. But I think to maximize the chances to strike especially hard hitting with that certain attack is kind of crucial to her build. Therefore, we're building it like that. And enchantment wise, we are going with League of Humans. As you can see, I'm still picking the Enhanced Restore, as this has not been changed. It will change during the next update. Then I'm trying out the minion kill. Abilities, normal attacks will kill minions, because your clear speed isn't actually that great, even if you have increased attack speed. Otherwise, you can still go with Gunslinger. And I think something that's really useful for most of the AD carries is the Endless Cycle, to be resurrected twice quicker in the blink of an eye within the game. I'm going with Mana Refill as I'm going to roll around a lot, and I'm going with Raging Inferno to stack up some damage. If you want to have a improvement on the critical chances coming from the abilities or the equipment, you can use Blessing here as well. That works quite well as well to improve your critical stuff even further. But I think the build is solid, and you guys should see for yourself how good it is. Alright, here we are in the actual game. As you can see, we are supposed to be on a lane with Grog, who has been already purchasing the support item. We've got Quillen as our jungler, Vera is the mage that I wanted to play as Liliana, and we've got Tara running solo on the solo lane versus Roxy. We've got L'Oreal in the enemy team, we've got Leville in the enemy team, we've got Enzo, and we have, in addition, Rui. And something that I can tell from a previous game is that the Rui and Enzo are the ones who are actually a duo queue, which means that they're playing together. And they've been playing as Pain and as Rui beforehand, and it has been a pain in the ass. I don't know, it's hard to tell how good a Rui is, because most of the times if she's activating things a little bit behind, out of sight, you don't really get what she's about to do. So if you can't see her and there is no stuff to enhance the vision here, you basically don't know what strategic stuff she's been doing. But I think this was a Rui who kind of knew what she's been capable of. And if your team is kind of adopting around the playstyle of Rui, she is basically one of the best support heroes out there in the game, period. Because the whole construct between making things come back faster with full life is super, super solid. Yeah, that's about that. So I don't know how we did it, but that was actually a super good kill on the Leville. I thought that they already had me, but I was super lucky so that this was not the case, and I do get an Enzo here for free. Look at the way she places down the templates, like really, really good, leaving me no choice in getting a little bit further to deal with the minions. So this was really good gameplay and really good understanding of the mechanics that a hero has. I haven't seen that in quite a while, especially on the elo that I play most of the time. But even in hindsight, I was like, okay, this was actually really, really good. I will have some situations in this game where I've been killed, or I kind of kill myself, because I had the feeling that the enemy team was playing a way better team play than we were doing. I don't know if you guys are actually aware of the fact that I'm quite calling a lot, like on my way, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. Normally, most of the players do not really kind of pay attention to it or react in any sort of way. Like most of the plays that you do get from this game is kind of like the stuff that you get from Abyssal Dragon or Let's Attack Darkseid or something like that. That's something that actually works with most of the players, but that's about that. Like something else, it's not gonna happen. So again, as I said, in this case, like really good team coordination. They have been in places where we were actually sort of going around. Oh, you can actually see the portal. Is that just it is just because it was in view range, or is this always the fact when she places it? Do you actually see it on the map? Okay, here we go. I just stole the vision bird, which is actually quite nice and quite fun because they kind of needed some time to get for it. Happens quite a lot to me as well, vice versa. I'm like putting stuff into that vision bird, and then on the other hand, it's kind of like, okay, well, it did not really work. There's one really good outplay in the game. I think it's one of the best outplays that I had in quite a while, but we're going to talk about that later. So my main focus, as always, is to get pressure on the towers. If I am the AD carry, I've got something else as one of my game plans. I want to get as fed as possible, which means I'm going to play in a way that I'm going to maximize my gold, which means I'm going for more dangerous jungle camps and stuff like that. I'm going to collect more vision birds and stuff like that. So this is kind of like my game plan as well, to get as many items as possible, because that actually makes me stronger. Of course, this is the case with every other character right there in the game. I know that that's for sure the fact. But in this case, it's actually that you need a lot more items to be actually useful for the team. Because the problem with most of the games, and Arena of Valor is no exception here, is that you usually outscale the damage that people are getting from their items with armor. So if a tank scales with armor, you usually out sustain them in a way. You will always have more armor than they will have attack damage. That's kind of like a formula that can be applied to most of the mobile games. Okay, I just realized that we were having a couple of really good team play moments so far as well, but this is going to be a little bit more difficult in during the rest of the game. Let's put it mildly, because that game took quite a while. Right now it's 5-3. I've got 3 kills already. I don't even know how I managed to do so. This is actually going to be really, really close. Wow, I hardly managed to get away from her because she has this damn good slow effect. I just said to myself, like, I need to just back off a little bit further down the lane, because otherwise I would just have had the I would just been afraid that L'Oreal would kind of make it around the tower and just come for me through the brush. What Quillen and I executed quite well was getting the Abyssal Dragon. I mean, it's one important objective. You do get gold and experience points for the whole team. This just gave me the Tempest Blade so that my attack speed is increased a little bit further. And this was kind of super dangerous. Like this was like the perfect moment for Roxy, and unfortunately Grug's hook didn't apply to her. Like, he didn't hook her. That would have been actually, oh my god, it's quite late right now, so excuse me being a little bit tired with the kid and everything. Days have become a little bit more intense. At least that's something that I can say as being a freshly born father. This is going to be stupid. Like, I thought my team would have had already engaged the enemy, but unfortunately they were still hiding in the brushes. I should have swiped. Yes, I can swipe. I've just shown how it works. I should have swiped here and just checked the whole place before entering the fight. Unfortunately, I didn't. But as the enemy team is reduced by 3 members right now, the countdown is still calling, still counting down. I had no problem on getting a tower here, and therefore I can just continue my farming game. As you can see, it works actually quite nicely. But of course, the League of Humans skill to reduce their life at the beginning of the game kind of helps to be a little bit faster. And if you can push your minions faster into the enemy towers, it's just beneficial, because that just means that enemies won't get as much gold if they haven't changed it. I haven't read about that in quite a while. Like, there has been the state of the game where you would have been given more gold if the kill would not have been on the tower. Well, that was a complete super strange sentence. So your duty was not to get it too close to the towers, because that would just mean that you are actively decreasing the amount of gold that you get. So here is the second Abyssal Dragon. As I said, we had no problem. I just wanted to back off. So so that Quillen does get another stack because he should not be maximized with his jungle item so far. Not super sure about that. And I don't know if you are a keen observer, but we have been playing this game with 4 people for quite a while. Tara has been kind of like disconnected, or she's been waiting for gold or something like that. Like, I don't really know what's going on. So what you see right now was super clever. And I don't know if Enzo, oh yeah, Enzo and Rui have been playing along together. So what has happened? Rui has actually been, okay, well, we have to, this is kind of strange. That message already appeared before I was getting the video in. Okay, well, never mind. Rui was actually going up with Enzo, and then she detected us, used her ability to create this portal to teleport back to the respawn point, while Enzo was actually hiding in the brush. And then as we kind of cleared the minion wave, Enzo was just waiting for the next one, and with the next minion wave he just demolished the tower. Like, that was pretty smart. Like, they really thought about their game plan on getting the towers here, which in hindsight is actually pretty cool that something is really putting so much effort in the game, executing it in this kind of way. So this is another really nice team fight situation. We mysteriously or magically were dragged into this point of the game. I don't know how it happened. Suddenly everyone was just there and we were able to damage that tower. What you can always do, if you don't want to expose yourself a little bit too much in the process of getting into the tower range, you can always roll up to that yellow circle and put damage on the tower with her first ability. It works fine. You can damage, as you can see. That was, wow, that was like the flicker moment of my life. It was so damn good. But the problem with me is, if I'm doing something really good, later on I will do something pretty damn bad, which was that kind of scenario. No one was there, I was still standing around, and I should just have gone back to safety, because now it's looking like a 4-3-5. Meanwhile, Tara, the hero that is ranked the worst in the Doiser scenario, because she's F for fucking bad, has just killed the Abyssal, the Darkslayer all by herself. But if you see the Tara build, I was confused. Like, I was like, how was she able to do that? I see that she's got a big health pool and she's got the mechanics to kind of improve her health points. But you will see how she was doing it at the end, because she was building full damage. She even had a jungle item with her. I don't really get what this was all about, but I don't know. If it works, it works. So now I need to retreat. I should have just walked across. I should have just lunged across that bridge, and they don't really have the damage. Like, the good thing about that is Roxy has damage if she is about to. Ah, that was so sad. I should have rolled and tried to get a ricochet from my rolling ability here instead of using my second ability. But beforehand I should have rolled through the wall. I mean, I was saved. Grug was there. We scored a kill, but it would have been a lot safer. Look at that. That's what I mean. That's how it works. You can pull it off like that. Oh my god. I'm standing in the L'Oreal circle all the time. But it's not dealing damage at all. Okay, I don't really get it. Oh, this is another moment where I am actually able to do something smart. I think that he thought that he would just get me and I could have pulled it off. I wanted to slow her with my second ability, but thankfully enough, she was just withdrawing, and she was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna pay any, not gonna use any more time on dealing with this. And I'm like, okay, who am I to blame? You? Just leave then, thanks. So here we go, last attempt on the tower, and we are going, as I said, I have been doing something great, so the next step will be to do something stupid, and here we go. Why am I exposing myself so much under the tower if our tanks... We've got 2 tanks right now in the game, but I was not aware of the fact that Tara wasn't really a tank. She was someone who has health-related stuff. Here, you can see it. She's got selected as boots, so the boots are not even giving her a slight improvement in terms of defensive capabilities, and then she's going for some crit item build or something like that. She's basically building the stuff that I'm building, but with a hammer in her hand. Well, never mind. So this is another Abyssal Dragon for us, the Enraged one. And is that for real? I didn't see it. I didn't see it when I was playing the game. They completely forgot to take the Dragon Soul to get the revive effect. So many players don't really know about that. So guys, if you kill the Abyssal Dragon in its enraged state, what you're going to get is some kind of idol or symbol which is lying on the ground after the dragon has been killed. If you kind of stand right in that thing, you will have a short timer, and after that time you will have this kind of a mark on top of your name, on top of yourself. If you're using it like that, you can actually get revived as if you would have had the Blade of Eternity. That is how cool it is. I was using it here and I thought it went down or went up to the middle lane. If I would have known that my positioning was that bad, I would actually, well, it would not be of any use right now here because the enemy was so packed. But if I would have knew that it was going so fast this way, I would not have unleashed the dragon here because right now it's just flying straight into the hands of Enzo and Laville, and it's been killed. So look at that. This is, as I said, we had something bad going on and now we're having something good going on. So really nice teleport ult from Grok here. And I do get myself another Enzo kill here. So we are on a 649 right now. And as you can see, we are packing a ton of damage right now, especially with our first ability, if that is applied correctly into enemies' faces. So I need to be careful here, throwing stuff around. And now, that's really unfortunate. I know that you guys have seen the lag before. And here we go. There's going to be another lag. And this was it. I think that was kind of like what completely put me off track. I was completely like, okay, well, I can do this, and then it lagged once and then it lagged kind of twice, but it doesn't matter. Like, I was killed, but we won the game nevertheless because Tara just finished it. And still I was like, she has so much damage right now. I don't want to advise to anyone to play it like that. Like, I think you really need to know what Tara is capable of, especially what other people are capable of doing to her if you're using something like that build that this player was using. But it was fun to see something different because otherwise you're just having this tank, full tank stuff. Actually, and that was kind of surprising, I was scored second best player, but if you look on the amount of assists that I had, 65.9% of damage, 23% one taken, so better than our tank, and I've got the highest fight participation. So I was cool with that, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I wish you a pleasant evening at the end of this one, and yeah, see you soon in about 2 to 3 days for another video on this channel. Bye bye.